Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Matters of the Heart and Soul podcast. My name is Janie Charlo, your host, and our co host, Russell Bruce. He was not able to join in today, but we have a really nice treat for you guys today. So, I am speaking on the pandemic from a 12-year-old child's perspective. And today we have with us Miles Whitaker. Welcome to the podcast, Miles.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. So, Miles is a 12-year-old going into the seventh grade. He is a student of Imhotep Academy in Atlanta, Georgia. Um, it is so important that we speak with the kids and the children about the pandemic. We've heard from everyone, we've heard from experts, we've heard from political officials, government, we've heard from the medical side, but what who I have not heard from has been the kids and the children who have really been affected by the changes during this pandemic. Children have really suffered socially, academically, and emotionally during all of this. And there's just a lot of trauma, illness, and loss of foundation in so many aspects of this. We've had parents that have lost their jobs, which in turn has caused a loss of foundation and the stability in the home. So we really want to talk to the children about how this can affect them. So, Miles, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 12 years old. My favorite color is red, and I like playing video games, and I like going outside practicing hitting my baseball and catching and stuff.
Okay, and I do understand you are headed into the seventh grade. Do you like going to Imhotep Academy?
Yes, it's really good. You learn a lot of stuff there.
What's your favorite subject?
Science.
Science. And how long have you been at Imhotep Academy?
I've been there since first grade, and I'm going to seventh grade now, so about 6 years.
Okay. And so we have you here talking about the pandemic. Can you tell me what does the word pandemic mean to you?
To me, it means like a virus that has been spread across continents. Not It's not just a virus in, like, for example, like one like state. It's just like international across a whole lot of continents.
Okay. And you are well aware of the current pandemic here in the United States, right?
Yes.
All right. What's your opinion about how this particular pandemic got started, Miles?
Um, well, I don't really know for sure because there's been a lot of people saying it originated from different things. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know for sure which one could be right.
Okay. Do you talk to your friends about this? Like, how do you get your information in regards to the
Um,
pandemic?
I hear some people talking about it sometimes, and I hear it and see it on the news too.
Mm-hmm. Um, Tell me a little bit about your experience when this all started, because you were about in the fifth grade, right? Is that right?
Yeah, I was in the fifth grade when it started. It was in March.
Okay. And so what happened? Tell us what happened.
So after school one day, I was just playing my Xbox, and someone in the school group chat texted that we didn't have school for 2 weeks, and I found out as because of the pandemics, and it was really only supposed to be for 2 weeks, but it ended up being like years.
Years, as in like the next couple years, right?
Yeah.
Um, so at that time, when you realized that you would have been out of school for longer than 2 weeks, how did that make you feel emotionally? Were you scared? Were you concerned? Were you sad? How did that make you feel?
I wasn't really scared or anything like that. I was just like surprised about like what was happening.
Mm-hmm. Um, and have you talked to any of your teachers about it? Like, since you've been doing homeschool, is this a conversation that you have during your classes constantly with your friends?
Not really, not too much.
Okay. So have you had an issue with missing your friends when this first started?
I don't really miss them because I still talk to them on the phone and play online, but like it would be nice to see them in person again.
Yeah, I'm sure. So has this affected your grades? How did you adjust to all of a sudden having to do school at home?
Well, it was like at first it was pretty like hard to adjust to because like you normally just wake up, get ready for school, and then you drove there and here in school. But now you have to like know your schedule. You have to download like Zoom or whatever you do your classes on, and you have to like constantly just check your classes, like you have to join them when at the right time and stuff.
Do you feel like you had to become a lot more responsible?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you feel that this was also a change for your parents in
Yeah,
helping you?
because usually while I'm in school in person they are at work, but now like they have to work while I'm home and stuff.
Mhm. How did that work out for you?
It was still pretty good, like it didn't really change anything that much.
Mhm. What is your opinion about the vaccine?
um a lot of people say different things about it. Like, I've heard people say like some people might get sick if they get it, and like some people say if you have the vaccine, then you should be able to like not wear a mask and stuff.
Mhm.
So it's like a lot of things about it.
Yeah, what's your personal opinion about it?
I probably if like someone asked me if I could get it, then I probably wouldn't because like I wouldn't want to risk it getting like sick or something.
Mhm. Do you think this is something that kids should have or should not have in comparison to adults?
I just think that kids shouldn't really have it yet because like mostly like it's still pretty new and like so like they like and kids probably like some of their immune system hasn't developed yet, so if they get a vaccine it's probably like they can get sick more maybe.
That's a good perspective, Miles. Um, what are some things that you would tell other kids or other 12-year-olds to do to stay healthy and to not get sick?
Go outside a lot, get sunlight, eat healthy. I like to eat like fish. I like salmon and trout and shrimp and stuff.
Mhm.
And just like play outside a lot. I like to go outside to the park sometimes to kick the soccer ball around.
That's really good, Mouse. During this whole pandemic, the world really came to a halt, and a lot of people had to change some things and learn some new things, learn some new skills. Is there anything new that you've been doing or that you've learned while being home and schooling and learning from home?
I learned a lot of new skateboard tricks, and I I got I got a lot better at baseball, and my dribbling moves and basketball have been better too.
hmm so you're headed back to school, seventh grade. What do you think's gonna happen?
Um, I don't know if we're gonna be in person or at online because it's really too early to tell right now.
hmm So you started. in the fifth grade and now you're headed to the seventh grade. What's your preference? Like, have you adjusted? What are you expecting? Like, are you liking
Well,
it now?
the more you do it, like you get used to it. But like I would still probably like to go in person
Mm-hmm. Why would you like to go in person?
because you get to see your friends, and I just think it's a lot easier in
Mm-hmm.
person.
Yeah. Any of your friends, do you know any friends of yours that are their families that have specifically been affected by the pandemic in any way?
No, I don't know anyone who's been affected by it.
Okay. Okay. So, Miles, what is a good book that you could recommend to any other kids your age to read up on during the pandemic or any book that's helped you along the way?
Well, let's see. I like whenever I'm bored, I just read like so I follow like book series. So like there's different series of books I can get, and that really like depending on what type of book, you can learn a lot from that series. Like and it's really like it it's a good thing to spend time on.
So, what series is that?
I like reading the Diary of a Wimpy Kid series.
Yeah. Why?
It's funny and like it's kind of relatable. Like
Really?
middle school.
Um, how is the Diary of a Wimpy Kid relatable to you as a 12-year-old or to any other kids that is your age and looking to read something?
Well, it's like it's a middle schooler, and like just like a lot of funny stuff happens to him and stuff. And he like
That's
plays video games like an average kid stuff.
Yeah, that's cool. So let's talk about middle school. Do you feel that's been an adjustment? I mean, you started in fifth grade, now you're in the seventh, gonna be in the eighth. What would you say to another middle school? So another middle schooler. So you're going to the seventh. What would you say to a sixth grader since you just finished that?
It's not too hard. It's just like the work probably will get a little bit more difficult, but just study hard and you should be fine if you work hard.
Good advice, Miles. And my last question to you is there anything in particular that is a matter of your heart right now or anything that you're passionate about right now?
Like I'm just grateful for like my family and everyone.
Hmm. That is so awesome, Miles. That is so awesome. Did you have anything else you want to share with our listeners on the podcast or any other kids out there that could be listening to you right now?
Um, Eat healthy, play outside a lot, and do good in school and have fun.
All right. That is what I'm talking about, Miles. Wow. So that is Miles Whitaker, 12-year-old student of Imhotep Academy. He is headed to the seventh grade. And we just finished talking to him about how the pandemic has affected him personally. We have not really had our kids to voice their opinions and where are they getting their information? Are they talking to their kids? Are they getting it from the news? So make sure you take some time and speak to your kids about the information that they could be getting in. This has been a very interesting and challenging time for them. Also, teachers, we have to keep our teachers in mind as well. So if you parents have any kids out there, your children, and they would like to speak to us on the podcast, and you give your consent to that about this current state, we'd love to talk to them. We're always wanting to have conversations with our children. This podcast is inspired by love, God, relationships, spirituality, justice, culture, family, children, finances, freedom, personal growth, energy and vibrations, universal principles, health, education, masculine and feminine energy, music, and all things of the heart and soul. We appreciate you guys so much. This is how we align our hearts and our souls together to awaken humanity. Miles, you did an amazing job on this podcast. You take your own advice, keep eating healthy, keep getting some sunlight, have fun, and do great in school. Thank you so much, guys. Please like, subscribe, and share, and we will talk to you guys later. Thanks,
All
Miles.
right. Bye.